there's no way that football is always this good. Like, have I seriously been missing out on this my whole life?
What do they do? You know, because I'm pretty sure they don't have like a 9 to 5. You know, because like the thing is, soccer is like what, once every 4 years. So
on the ball, little triangles that they make, the tiki taka. Some people might find that
once every 4 years. I hope she doesn't think that the whole sport of soccer is once every 4 years. I hope she doesn't think that.
boring, but I think it's divine. Alex B on Spain needs a haircut. He kept
the class to learn how to roll around in agony when no one touched him. I don't know. I've started to appreciate it.
You know, one thing that the World Cup has shown me is everybody coming together to be able to enjoy the game.
So Americans are learning from this World Cup and how everything about the World Cup is so different from the NBA and the NFL and even the fan base. How they react, the energy. Like, bro, it is different from the NFL and the NBA. And some of them too are still in denial. Like, they can't believe how big the World Cup is. And some of them now want to follow the EPL and the team.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I seen this video. They were asking these guys, what's bigger, the NFL? Yeah, is it NFL? Yeah, is it NFL or the World Cup? And some not even like majority of them in that video were saying the NFL. Now I don't know if they were saying that from, hey, I'm American. This is the sport we love, so I'm gonna support it. Even though deep down I know, just think about it. FIFA World Cup is countries, bro. This is countries coming together. NFL is only in America, bro. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's cool that they're realizing that, you know, football is the biggest sport. But yeah, for me to say that, I was like, what? Come on. Even if you're not into the sport, you gotta at least acknowledge the fact that these are countries. These are countries coming together to win a cup, basically. And then you've got people out here saying the NFL is the biggest. Man, hey man, if you're American, bro, let me know what you think, because that's crazy to me, bro. Before you even pull up the stats and everything, just common sense will be, okay, one is in one nation, and then the other one is global, bro. Tell me if I'm tripping, man. I'm tripping.
Teams that they play for. And all that. I don't want to talk much. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe.
Make sure you like and subscribe as well. Boy in the game now.
All right, so I just have to go out on a limb and I have to say that I think the World Cup is the greatest sporting event there is. Yes, I'm American. Yes, that is my opinion. And yes, I don't even follow the Premier Leagues or any of the league. I only follow World Cups, Copas, and Euros. But from following that and from locking in the World Cup, especially this year, we just finished watching Mexico and England, which was an absolute masterpiece. I mean, you just can't match the drama. I'm sorry, you can't. Not even like in a UFC fight where somebody could like freaking die. And the beauty and the drama, it's like high drama out there. I mean, you're watching these guys, they're all speaking different languages, so I don't even know how they're communicating. The ref is from another country. They're all screaming at each other. They're in each other's faces. They're rolling around the ground. Everybody hates that. I get it. The whole diving, flopping, but it almost adds, I've gotten used to it now where I appreciate the drama. It's like, do they go to class to learn how to roll around in agony when no one touched them? I don't know. I've started to appreciate it. The penalty kicks, the absolute high drama and stress of a penalty kick round in a World Cup match. I don't think you can find that level of anxiety anywhere else in any other phase of life almost. I'm not even kidding you, especially if it's your country that you're pulling for. So It's a beautiful game that I never really appreciated until the last 3 or 4 World Cups. The way the ball moves, the game within the game, the high drama, how freaking hard it is to score a goal. So when you score one, it's like you just, you know what I'm saying? Okay, it's that feeling. Dare I say it's organic?
That's good that you said that actually, because I've met so many people that are non football fans, like non soccer fans, and even here in Australia, the AFL, the NFL. Yeah, the most common thing I always come across whenever I ask them a question, it would be, or I'll ask them a question like, why aren't you like, why don't you watch soccer? It's like, oh no, it's boring, bro. Like, it takes him like ages to score a goal. I'm like, that's the best part. That's the best part. They try to compare it to like, oh, basketball. The amount of points they get, the amount of AFL as well. Bro, they be scoring. They be going up to the 70s, 80s, even hundreds, of points. Slash goals. And it's like it's cool, right? For me personally, I started to find the intensity comes in towards the end, right? Even in all sports, it's the same. But like for soccer, bro, you could go a whole 90 minutes, 0 goals. You know how big them nets are, but somehow it's hard to get your ball behind that. And when that happens, bro, it's like just the intensity of like hoping we just need to score 1 goal and hold down. Or if we score, there's a chance they can come back. It's like, I don't know, that's usually the main thing they stick to. It's like, oh, it takes so long for them to score, so it's boring the whole time, It's like you're waiting for that 1 goal. It's like, no, really, bro. It's the whole moment of watching that game, right? Even if they haven't scored, it's like just the whole game, that just you waiting for that goal to happen, whether it's going to happen or not. It's not a bunch of, oh, score 10 points, score 50 points. No, it's like that 1 goal is very important. So that's one thing I've come across a lot of these fans or non-fans. It's like, oh, it's boring, takes too long to score. So I'm glad you say that.
Orgasmic. The game is amazing. It's a beautiful game. Dare I say it's orgasmic. The game is amazing. It's a beautiful game. It's an old game. It's a world-renowned and appreciated game. It's a historic game. And it's a lovely freaking game. Dang.
Oh, yeah.
It can't always be this good. Like there's no way. It can't. Back-to-back days. And 2 of the greatest sporting events I've ever seen. Mexico and England nearly killing each other, going to the brink at the Azteca in front of 90,000 insane Mexican fans, like one of the greatest sporting events of all time. And not some 0-0 boring game that goes all the way to penalties, or one team scores early and then they park the bus for 90 minutes. Like, no, this was drama all throughout for 101 minutes. Penalties, red cards, incredible save.
I gotta go watch that game, man. I don't know. I gotta go watch that game because everyone's talking highly about it. I gotta go watch that game because I missed it and never really got to watch it.
Incredible goals, like it was nuts. There's no way that football is always this good. Like, have I seriously been missing out on this my whole life?
Missing out,
but like, are the games in Europe this good? Like, someone fill me in and be honest with me. Like, this is.
Ain't gonna lie, I don't watch football until the World Cup, really. Like, I know it's still fun. I've played, right? But it's just fun for them right now. It's because it's in America. They get to experience being that chaos and that fun. You know what I mean? That's why it's opening their eyes. But if this happened elsewhere, these guys will not. So it's actually good that they're tuning in. We're probably gonna get more fans for the game, for the next World Cup and that, and yeah. it's just gonna keep growing bigger. There's a reason why it's a big sport. So glad these guys are, tuning in.
Generational entertainment. I was actually on the edge of my seat for every single second of that game. And I have been for the vast majority of these games so far. And it's only going to get better because it's just going to continue to be a powerhouse versus a powerhouse, and the stakes are only going to get higher. Now, I will say that watching Memo cry and walk off the field for the last time absolutely crushed me. I am admittedly a very bandwagon football, soccer fan, right? But some of my core memories of like watching the sport are the 2014 World Cup and the performance that he put on. Like, he was one of my first favorite players, if you will. And his performance in that World Cup was like arguably one of the greatest of all time. I've loved him ever since. I haven't obviously like super followed his career, but every World Cup I was ready to see what else he would do, and to watch him walk off was hard. And same with Neymar earlier today. Like,
Yeah.
that sucked too. Like, Neymar was the hero of the 2014 World Cup. The guy who was supposed to bring it home for his home nation in Rio, and then he got hurt. But like, I've followed his career a little bit, and to see him play his last game today and cry, like, that was tough too.
Yeah, that was tough. I ain't gonna lie, that was tough. And this came literally after, because I've seen some clips of him, cheering on the Japan players, because they lost their game, against Brazil. So they were just going around, getting the players up, shaking their hands, hugging them and all. Yeah, so it's sad. And then the next game, this guy was in tears, bro. Because for me personally, of course, he's the uncrowned king, because he never really, to me, reached his peak. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like he has a name, he left a name, he's had a legacy, bro. Some people are saying, oh, he's the player that never really got to the top of his game or whatever. I'm like, bro, that's Neymar. Everybody knows Neymar, bro. Dude has done numbers. Dude got a name, So me personally, I feel like he's a complete player who done all that he could, And I was watching this other video that was explaining how ridiculous hard it is to get a World Cup. You feel me? For like countries, like, and how big of a deal it is, because it only comes every 4 years, right? And most play how long the most players play their career at a peak in order for them to even play a World Cup that much times. Most players, I say on average, probably play like, if they're lucky, right, maybe 4 World Cups. Okay, this is excluding like the Neymars, the Messi, the Ronaldo. Of course, Messi and Ronaldo been in it for a while. They've played a lot of things, but I feel like the average player is probably like 3, to 4 World Cups. You literally have this amount of time to get that cup, basically, right? And you know how ridiculous it is? You gotta have the right team. You gotta have the right mindset in this peak of your career or whatever you are in your career in order to even get close to getting this, because some countries, bro, they've not even been at the World Cup for years, let alone win the actual cup, so it's actually like big deal, right? It's actually a big deal. And yeah, it's crazy. I just feel bad for Neymar. No, really, yeah, bro, cool, it's the World Cup, you could be a good player, and I don't like how people associate with that with, oh, if you haven't got the World Cup, you're not really accomplished. Yes, I know these trophies and everything, but him as an individual player, he's done big, and I ain't gonna take that away from him. Yeah, but It was pretty sad seeing him go, and some people saying this is his last World Cup and all that. Some other people saying there's a chance he might come back for the 2030 World Cup. I hope he does, but it doesn't seem like he's in the condition, bruh. All them injuries, I feel like they're adding up. Looks like he's having that dad bod coming out. You know what I mean? Hey, I would definitely like to see him back, you know, because there's a chance even Messi might be back. But for Ronaldo, I feel like that's it. Never know, because Messi even last World Cup said that was his last one, but still here, you know, and saying there's a chance he might be here for the 2031 as well. So hopefully, but even then, I feel like there's not gonna be much impact done for these players, man. They've done all they can, respect, and they ain't gonna take none away from them. Yeah.
But yeah, this sport, man, like quickly rising up the ranks of my personal favorites, like quickly shooting up the ranks. But like honestly, like tell me, what should I watch? What league should I watch? What team should I follow? I should get into the Champions League every year. Like I kind of broadly follow it, but not really. But I know it's like high level.
Me as well.
Fill me in. Because there's no way I can only watch this every 4 years and then miss all the other great stuff that happens. I followed the Euros a little bit, Copa America a little bit, the AFCON a little bit, but please fill me in. I need more of this in my life. I need it.
Hey, I got a question. So what do the players do when there's no more football? So y'all know how like Mexico lost against who they play? I forgot who they played, but they lost against them. So like, what do they do? You know, because I'm pretty sure they don't have like a 9 to 5. You know, because like the thing is, soccer is like what, once every 4 years. So like within those 4 years until like what, 2030. What do all the soccer players do? Because they're literally like professionals, right? So.
Oh, that's what. So does she think the World Cup is the only competition that's there? So she thinks after the World Cup, these guys are just chilling, waiting for 4 years. Nah, man, there's leagues, there's Sunday leagues, there's, those for non-professionals, but there's La Liga, there's Bundesliga, there's, I don't even know them, I don't know what I'm trying to name them, but yeah, there's leagues these guys play. In the meantime, yeah.
What do
they have 9 to 5? That's crazy, bro. That's crazy.
they do? Does anybody know?
They play sport.
They can't train for 4 years, so like.
So she would have made this video without any simple research. That's crazy.
Because like
you got a free world, me as well, right here. I don't really be doing research like that. I just be jumping in it. If I say some crazy stuff on here, hey.
The NFL, football, our American football, it's every year. So boom, they do the football games, okay, for like what, 2 months or something like that. Then they train for probably like 6 months. Then they have a little break, and then boom, football season again. Does I say that in order? But like, what does the soccer players do that play professional soccer once every 4 years?
This is what the NBA and the NFL need to take from football. When they say the game started at 8 o'clock, they mean 8 o'clock on the dot in a drop top cruising street. For real. Look at that. Immediately. I turn on my NBA game. It says it started at 8 o'clock. It don't really start until 8:10, 8:15 because they got to speak and then they got to give me an ad and they got to do this. Like, why can't y'all do all of this before? Football is the same dang thing. American football, by the way. They tell you the game started at 7. The game don't start until about 7:10, 7:15, 7 this, 7 that. Everybody got to get lined up.
They should call it American handball. I must start calling it like that because you can't call that football, man.
None of this, none of that. No. In football, World Cup football, the games start when the game starts. Take some notes, the NBA and NFL.
Soccer fans, I'm going to apologize every time apology is needed. Matter of fact, my apology is so sincere this time. I'm calling it football. It's football.
Yeah, man.
First thing first, to start it off,
Yeah.
USA just got beat so bad that it's called football. No, it's not called soccer no more. They just beat the soccer shit out of us. You know, it's football. Yo, two, that fucking Argentina game. Yo, this nigga Messi. And learning soccer, I see why y'all say he's the GOAT. Because it's like no matter how much you think the motherfucker's good, they not losing. You know, I thought they was that shit was crazy. But to top all of that off, a 0-0 game all the way to the pin. And I'm gonna say this one more time, like, penalty kicks, bro, is probably the best shit in sports. You get what I'm saying? It's probably the best shit ever.
That stuff.
Fuck sports. That's better than, you got sliced bread, you got the wheel, you got electricity, then you got penalty kicks at 4. You know what I'm saying? That shit not soccer no more either, fellas. Last but not least, I'm a Holland fan and I'm a Man City fan.
I didn't understand why the NFL kept making overseas games because football is an American thing. But now watching soccer and the World Cup, I get it. Mbappe, 133 million. Ronaldo, some people's GOAT, 674 million. Messi, 512 million. And you might go, hey, that's the outliers, right? But that's still a lot of followers just in general. That's like the most. But if you want to play that game, here's Dembele, 22 million. Now here's Patrick Mahomes, 6.4. And he's supposed to be one of the GOATs. Yeah. The US and NFL, no motion. I even went to check Tom Brady's 15.5 million.
That's crazy.
It's Tom Brady.
Yeah,
and you want to know who has the most followers out of the whole NFL? It's Odell Beckham. Don't get me wrong. Odell's a star, but that's her problem. And again, that's no disrespect to Odell, but Gang's not even in his prime anymore. And he got more followers than Lamar Jackson. Like, bro, look at Mo Salah, 66. Hey, Goodell, put a game in Buckingham Palace if you have to.
This is part 22 of my series as someone who doesn't watch any sports, but has watched every match of the World Cup.
Hey man. The world sport. We need to get Americans thinking. It's the world sport. You know, you got more people tuned in. You know, American sport, they're just America. Your audience is only, majority of it is in America. You know, whereas football/soccer, that's a whole world thing, man. You got the whole world tuning in. You know, so it just makes sense.
Cup and has many, many thoughts.
Maybe they should have towels on the side for the ball. Notice that like before throw-in or sometimes before like a corner kick, the players will put the ball in like their jerseys, but their jerseys are already wet from their sweat. So it probably doesn't help. Spain versus Portugal. What a delicious match. I was worried Spain was going to struggle against Portugal because Portugal also has some quick feet. But Spain's quick feet are much better. The light taps that they have on the ball, little triangles that they make, the tiki-taka. Some people might find that boring, but I think it's divine. Alex B on Spain needs a haircut. He kept like doing this thing with his hair. Get those bangs out of your head. Why was there a hole in the player's shoe? I think it was number 18 on Spain. There was like a hole, like an intentional hole. And I know that they make the holes in the socks because they're like too tight. Why they don't just make socks with the holes in them already, like, I don't know. But the shoe one confused me. Can they just put cushions on the sidelines where the ads are? When João Felix crashed into that wall, it looked so painful. I was really worried. Lamine is so freaking light on his feet. I think I've said that he reminds me of Elise, or maybe it's because they both have like a very similar build, but they also both have a really good sense of space. They know when someone is open. I love Neto, Cancelo, João Felix, Bruno on Portugal, but there is kind of a disconnect on the team. Like they're all talented, but they're not moving as one, if that makes sense. I love Cucurella, number 24, Torres, number 7, Pedri, number 20. They got that swag on that field. I saw in an interview with Lamine's mom that she said Moreno, number 6, is the most like underrated player. So I was so happy when he scored. Good for him. And I think his dad played as well. Like I saw edits of them celebrating their goals in the same way. Cute. America versus Belgium. Ugh, what a hot mess. I mean, just sloppy, sloppy, sloppy football. And I don't want to say it's karma for getting that red card rescinded, but it's like America was kind of on this momentum, right? They'd won a bunch of their matches. They were playing really well. While Belgium kind of had something to prove, I think, after Australia and Senegal. Belgium was really solid. And I'm not even that impressed usually with Belgium or like how they played this World Cup. Also, why did the field look so empty with the US? Like, there were so many holes. And I'm still trying to understand formations, but there was so much space. I think Belgium did a lovely job, like, sliding and kicking the ball out of people's feet, but not, like, tripping them or hurting them. Love that. I also really liked US's first goal. I think it's really impressive when anyone can score on, like, a free kick. When you have a wall set up and you still get the ball in, like, that's cool. And Tillman, number 17, I think he's the one that scored it last time too. Like, good for him. But Belgium was excellent in coming in the moment after and scoring. I said this in like another video, but it's the perfect time to score, I think, just after the other team scores. They're riding this high and they're not in the right headspace, you know? But it was so embarrassing when that Belgian player, De Ketelaere, number 17, he like jumped on a US player to like make the header. So awkward. But not as awkward or as embarrassing as when the US goalkeeper came out of his box. And then number 13, Reem, I think, from the US, made an own goal like he tapped the ball lightly. I mean, what is happening? It makes no sense. Like, these own goals,
Hey, man,
they
she's
drive me
just
crazy. And I
talking
beg
it.
all goalkeepers to stay in their box. They're kind of different. I'm so excited.
Okay, so I was thinking about this just the past couple days. So I've been following the World Cup, and anybody who's been following me knows that very well. And there is a great lesson to be had in what we are seeing with the teams that are showing up and showing out and in the World Cup, and also just in people in general, just our international brothers and sisters coming here to the States. And that is that we have been far underestimating one another. Capo Verde, that is a perfect example of a team that was underestimated. I think, Curacao, that's another team that, you know, no one would have ever expected to be in the World Cup. And it's not even just that, you know, people were coming to the States to see World Cup games, and they underestimated the kindness and the goodness of American citizens. And Americans underestimated the international community around soccer and the power of the sport or football. So many people have come for me about that. We have to stop underestimating one another. I know I personally am underestimated because I'm a female and an athlete. I was underestimated my whole life about that. But also like in the marketing world, and, you know, because I'm caring or kind, like we underestimate one another so much. And it is ridiculous, but it really is a reflection of us underestimating ourselves and not having confidence in our own abilities and trust in ourselves to navigate whatever life throws at us. So yeah, just amazing lessons learned as we watch these teams and these people who are unexpected. Because we thought that they weren't capable of the greatness that they are showing and demonstrating. Let's not do that anymore. Let's not do that anymore. Let's believe the best about who people are and what their potential is and their ability to manifest that potential. Let's do more of that. Yeah.
I've been watching the World Cup, and I'm a big fan of Holland. Goated.
Oh yeah.
The one thing that sticks out to me about soccer players.
Hold on a sec before he continues on, bro. Holland is my new favorite out of like out of the new basically the new plays. I'm not saying it's new, but like new as in status wise when it comes to the sport. You know, now it's like a big dog in the sport, right? You got Mbappe, you got Holland right now, you got Yamil. Yeah. I like Yamil. It's cool. But Holland, bro, this guy is just funny, bro. He's like, he come across as a person, you know, and I'm not saying other players aren't. Just other players are too serious, bro, on their pages. This guy is down to earth, bro. You know, this guy is out here on social media joking with people, you know, making funny memes, and you know, it's just like you can somehow feel related to him, you know, just the way he moves, you know what I mean? So I feel like he's my new, you know, he's my new GOAT. You know, I like Mbappe as well. But after Messi, he's my favorite one now. Like him. I haven't checked a lot of Yamil football yet. Mbappe, of course, when I'm Mbappe. But hey, Haaland, bro, my new favorite GOAT. That's my new GOAT, literally. I'm just waiting for Messi to retire. He takes over when yeah, I'm gonna just start supporting and following him and see what he's gonna do.
It's how famous they actually are. Now you can see here that Holland has 56.4 million. And by the end of the World Cup, that's only gonna grow. And after this huge game against Brazil, he posted a selfie that got 21 million likes. You know why that's crazy? LeBron James, who has more followers than him, 154 million, because he's LeBron James. I said, let me look at this picture of him and Steph in the Olympics for comparison. It only got 5 million. And don't get me wrong, that's a lot. But it's LeBron James and Steph Curry doing it night after they just won gold. And here's a video of him, like a reel, and it got 12 million likes. And I have to circle back to this. I didn't even peep the first time. This has 1 million comments. 1 million comments. That soccer motion is different.
So the World Cup has been controversial on a number of occasions. Of course, we know about the USA nonsense, right? But I have to tell you, I watched the Egypt-Argentina game today. Now, if there was a game that was fixed, that game was fixed.
So I just found out the reason why football is called football for like soccer. And it makes so much more sense. Because, you know, like, okay, in America, we call football is the ball that you throw, right? But soccer, they call, like, everywhere else around the world, football.
Because it's football.
They call soccer football, if that makes sense.
It's a ball
and then someone commented and they were like, the reason why football, like the world calls soccer football, is because you use your foot, like you use your feet. I said, light bulb, ding. That makes so much more sense, you know? Like, that's mad crazy. So, like, because they do it and they be like, no manos, right? Like, no hands, because they kick the soccer ball. So, AKA football. Y'all get it? I'm like, this guy's a freaking genius. Like, anyways, so I think we should change the name of like American football, or like, you know, to like, I don't know, like air ball or like throw ball or something. But like, it don't make sense, you know?
You know what's one thing that the World Cup has shown me is everybody coming together to be able to enjoy the game. And number two, the collective hate and togetherness that Latin America has for Argentina. For this World Cup, I didn't know the entire world of Latin America hates Argentina like that. That they really don't fuck with them at all. And two, if that hate is really like, is it because they're really good at football, or is it just because, you know, other shit that I've been seeing, like, or whatever it is? But just a collective hate for Argentina.
I don't know. Depends on which angle you want to look at it from. From what I've heard is, you know, I haven't really done my education on it, but yeah, they're really races. I don't want to put all of them in a circle or you know, a box or whatever, but yeah, throughout history and all that, they're really kind of racist people. I mean, this is towards black, for what I know. I don't know about everyone else, but yeah.
Argentina.
And it's sad because, like, bro, I support Messi as an individual. I haven't seen any, or you know, any black player talk bad about the way he treated them or whatever. Apparently, he's just good soccer player. Most black players talk highly of him and everything. Not once have a player come and be like, "Oh yeah, he's a racist." No. So it's sad that he's from a country like that, you know, because literally I was supporting Argentina. I've always supported Argentina just for the sake of Messi and his title, especially before he got the World Cup. Like, I really supported Argentina. I wanted him to get it, so I could say my GOAT. You know, my GOAT has that trophy. Now that he's got it, I don't really want them to win the World Cup this World Cup. I don't want him to win it. Messi already got his. Cool. Now I want, like, France, right? France or Spain, you know. Me, it's mainly just for the players. Like, the player I support Messi, but he's in Argentina, so yeah. Right now I don't really care. You know, if they lose, it's fine. If they win, hopefully. I don't really support them because, especially the way they were treating Speed, the whole racist thing that was going on at the World Cup, you know, calling them monkey, you know, telling him to go cry at the zoo and all that type of stuff. It's just crazy, bro. That shit's crazy. But yeah, that's one angle. Another angle could be, yeah, their team is good. Their team is good for sure. Pretty sure they're number one in the rankings this World Cup. Number one, yeah, they're good. So maybe other teams will definitely not like that as well. But for sure, one thing I know is that, yeah, they have a crazy
wild. Me being Dominican, I've never seen other people hate another country that speaks Spanish in that way. So I don't know. Can you guys educate me a little bit more on it? 'Cause God damn.
So Trump supporters are now calling for Balogun, the star striker for the United States at the World Cup, to be deported after the USA lost to Belgium the other day. This account called MAGA Voice, a popular MAGA account, said time to deport this guy. He did nothing today. Now, meanwhile, the person typing this behind the screen is probably sitting in their mother's basement and they haven't gone outside in maybe a week, but that's besides the point. You even had other MAGA freaks like Gunther Eagleman, who's been embraced by people like Elon Musk, saying he's got to go. This is just further evidence of how MAGA is a messed up ideology. Balogun is a birthright citizen, and that's why they're saying this. So if he plays well, then they believe he deserves rights and he should stay in the United States. If he performs badly, then he doesn't deserve any rights. He should be deported. That's what MAGA believes. Psychopaths.
You see, one thing that I think many people were like, oh, this World Cup that went to America, it wasn't nice, America hosting it. But I also think there is a positive side to it. It has actually helped and opened the eyes of so many Americans that they didn't really know about.
All I got to say is, I don't know what the hell the last part was about. No, sending the guy away, blah, blah, blah. Man, I don't know, bro. The world is just crazy, bro. But anyways, that's them realizing how big the World Cup is. I'm surprised they're realizing that now. You know, the World Cup is big, biggest sport. You know, that's why its players got. Man, an average player got followers, bro. Probably got followers the same amount as your GOAT in America, if you get what I'm saying. You know, the average player, yeah. Most average players out here, man, they stacking 20 mil easy. Most professional playing high leagues, yeah, they're out there. Why? Because it's just more audience, bro. You know, it's more audience. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. You'll watch with me. And if you disagree with some things I said, you got the comment section. We talk about it. In the meantime, see you guys in another one.